so much happening in the markets right now. Expect a volatile week as we just have a raft of massive stories which could all individually and when taken together have some pretty big impacts on the market. We have the oil markets, we have what's happening with the stock markets, we have what's happening with inflation, the Federal Reserve, Biden's executive crypto order. It's going to be a potentially interesting week for all of the crypto holders out there. In today's video, I'll be covering off all of that news, so make sure to watch the whole video to get all of the updates. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. Well, most days anyway, you know how it is. If you do enjoy that kind of content, a quick tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm would be super freaking awesome. By the way, every single week my team and I make Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report. We do NFTs, DeFi tutorials, altcoin reviews, token sales, airdrops, much more. You can sign up for free using the link down below in the description. Now let's go ahead and get into this news. So the first thing is, of course, the price of oil. There are talks of oil embargoes where people are going to stop buying the oil and gas from Russia. The United States, of course, leading the charge on that. Other European countries, of course, over in Europe, looking to potentially support that as well. In response, Russia saying that it could actually preemptively cut off gas supplies via the Nord 1 pipeline. That would be a pretty dramatic situation for a lot of European economies who would simply not have enough gas to get them through in the short term. There are speculations that if Russia were to do this, we could see a barrel of oil absolutely skyrocket up to $300, about doubling in price from where it is right now. That would be massive. The implications of a $300 barrel of oil are incredible. Everything that moves, every product that moves, will have to double its transportation prices. The cost of energy, the cost of heating, it's such a knock-on effect. It would be absolutely crazy if, of course, that does end up happening. Right now, the oil markets are on a knife edge for a few different reasons. Of course, there are worries that the supply may be inadequate to cover disruptions. So if Russia does disrupt the global oil and gas markets, there may not be enough supply to cover that. The demand and supply was already really tight last year, and we are already seeing a very strong rebound after the COVID thing is largely finishing, it seems, internationally. So we have a big jump in demand for these products where the supply is already tight, and now we could have a massive supply disruption as Russia, which I think is the second biggest gas producer and third biggest oil producer in the world, is, of course, threatening to cut supply. And on the other side, you have countries threatening to embargo them. So a lot of drama potentially could roll out there in response to all of this geopolitical market uncertainty. We have seen the dollar moving higher, people looking for that safe haven, moving into cash, getting out of risky assets. Part of the reason why we are seeing, of course, stocks falling. Stock futures dip after the S&P 500's worst day since October 2020. A lot of rough market action out there for stocks. Obviously, crypto has been smashed beyond belief. It's been pretty intense watching what has been happening to the crypto markets. Hey, at least my gold coins have gone up in value. That's cool. The saving grace of my portfolio and cash. But it's been pretty crazy. Obviously, people are running to those safe havens. They're running to the dollars. They're running to gold. And they're getting rid of stocks and crypto. So that whole oil situation is a big one to watch during this week. We also have inflation data, which is going to be released on Thursday this week. So no inflation relief in sight for US as the impact of the war intensifies. So last month we had inflation climbing up to 7.9% in February. That was up from 7.5% in January. The rate is forecast to increase again, so we're not going to get any respite on the inflation numbers. So we're going to see inflation potentially over 8%. Look, maybe something happens and that number comes back down, but I highly doubt it. With everything that's going on right now, inflation is going to keep going up. That's going to continue weighing very heavily on the markets for a variety of reasons. Runaway inflation like this is not an awesome thing. And unfortunately, because of all the macro stuff, markets are just jittery, and we're not seeing Bitcoin really acting as a great inflation hedge at the moment. We're seeing it really trading right along with risk stocks and stuff like that. People running to their safe havens, which are dollars and gold, not looking at Bitcoin and stocks as a way to, hold on to value during this very volatile time in the markets. Of course, we also have the Federal Reserve meeting coming up in a few days. So Jerome Powell saying that he is backing a 0.25% increase in the rate hikes. So we are going to see interest rates rising in the United States this month. It is coming. That is going to start. Now, whether that provides a temporary bit of relief to markets or that is just the start of here are the rate hikes, let's dump. We shall see, of course, but that's obviously a very, very big event happening in the markets that is going to definitely have an impact on the cryptocurrency markets. Now, if we talk about more crypto-specific news, the White House is about to issue an executive order on crypto. Now, the funny thing with this is that it has been coming this week for weeks. And so it may not come this week. It may take a few more weeks for it to come this week. But it is still definitely out there, still definitely under consideration. They're still working on it. Whether or not this was delayed because of what happened in Ukraine and the global financial response towards Russia, and whether or not they're going to be looking at crypto a lot more intensely in terms of how do we stop Russia from using crypto to get around sanctions, because currently they can. So there's a lot of uncertainty about what this executive order is going to look like. I would say that before the Ukraine crisis, I was quite optimistic about this executive order. Post-Ukraine crisis, I have a little bit more skepticism about what this executive order could hold in store for us. Obviously, we will break this down once we do get some confirmation of what the heck is in this executive order. So keep an eye out for that. And just to add on top of the fun, a whale has sent $140 million worth of Bitcoin over to Coinbase. Come on, man. Come on, whale. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Does that mean we got a dump incoming as this whale seeks to unload a giant wad of Bitcoin? Or is it all psyops? Is there even enough people left to run psyops by whales anymore? I don't even know. But there you go. $140 million of the Bitcoin going into Coinbase from an unknown whale wallet. A little bit of hopium here for you at the end of the day. As Bitcoin edges towards support in the $34,000, $36,000 range, more Bitcoin is being bought with sidelined stablecoin supply. This in the past has served as a strong bottom indicator. So bring this up a little bit here. You can see when we had these lows on the stablecoin supply ratio, often these bottoms came just before massive rallies, right? So here again, obviously that was the big sell-off there, here again, massive rally following afterwards, massive rally following afterwards, massive rally, potentially getting ready to come. Whether or not we do get our massive rally or not is, of course, another question, depending on all the macro stuff going on. But like I said, a little bit of hopium there for you with that chart. Also, Bitcoin's illiquid supply is outpacing its supply issuance. So as the illiquid supply rises, so do the market impacts of Bitcoin's digital scarcity. So basically, to break that all down for you, more Bitcoin is being locked away than is being produced by miners. The illiquid supply, that is the supply in the hands of hodlers, just keeps going up. Throughout all this drama, all this macro craziness that's going on, we still have more Bitcoin addresses being created. We still have less Bitcoin supply on exchanges. People are still buying here. Yeah, there's somebody selling. For every buyer, there's a seller, obviously. But we are still seeing buyers step in here. And that whale, for example, is going to sell $140 million of Bitcoin potentially. That's just dispersing the Bitcoin to more people. It's a good thing in the end, actually. What am I doing? Well, I am truly bullish long term. And honestly, I see this period in the market as a gift to accumulate more Bitcoin. And that's exactly what I am doing. Anyway, what about you? Are you accumulating more Bitcoin right now? Are you waiting for the price to drop another 50%? Just dollar cost averaging in. Maybe you're going to wait for some kind of a confirmation that where the market's actually reversing first before, of course, getting in. Let me know your opinion down below in the comment section about that or anything else that I talked about in today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and peace out till next time.